So this is me trialing the SewTite Magnums. Showing the box. And you just need a 6-inch ruler and a marker of some description. I'm going to mark a space every 6 inches. I'll start in the middle of my leader on the take-up rail. I'll start at the middle, mark that, and then I'll go 6 inches out to the right, 6 inches out to the left, and keep marking because that's where I'm going to put the magnet in. The magnet tights come with like a thin metal piece and then a very powerful magnet that's got the yellow on top. So you have to separate those two. The metal goes into the leader. And since I had red snappers, I already have a channel sewn into my leader. So I'm just marking along every 6 inches. And that's where I'm going to place the bottom part of the SewTites Magnums. And that marking pen is one of my favorites. It's a water-soluble marking pen, and it's from Leonis. But you can get them on Amazon. You get like 5 of them for, I don't know, $5. And then when I finally get to the end and put in the last magnet, I'll stitch the end closed so the last one doesn't come out. Then I'm taking the take-up leader and batting it up against the backing leader. And then I'll just transfer the mark on there so that they're the same. The magnets will be in the same place. It'll help keep my quilt straight.
Are you using these with your red snappers?
No, I've
or in place of?
In place of. So I've taken the plastic tubing from the red snappers out of the channel, and that's where I'm going to put the backing of the magnet.
Why did you decide to give up the red snappers?
You know me, I'm a gadget girl. I wanted to try them, see if they're a little faster. Definitely easy. Well, I'll say easier on the hands, but you have to pull the magnets apart by twisting them apart. But you can't pull them apart. They're very, very strong. So I actually load faster with these than I did with the red snappers. So you kind of twist them apart and you pull off the backing metal, which has a grid on it so you know which side should be up. Slide it in the channel and then just move it along to the center. And then I'm gonna, with my long arm, and I've got my ruler base on there just to give me a little more area. And then I'm just gonna stitch back and forth 3 or 4 times and go on to the next one. I'm always pulling up my bobbin threads, you know me.
He was asking about the red snappers. The red snappers get in the way if you have a dead bar in between your dead bar and the base of your machine. Is either you go behind it or in front of it because you can't, that's the drawback of the red snapper.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got, at some point, you get a big fat belly bar rail because the red snapper is sitting right on the top and you're trying to put your clip on there. So you go from the blue clips to the pink clips. So you twist them apart. Pull off the little metal sheet, slide it back in there. Move it along, stitch it down.
Do you like this better than the stapler?
You know, it's right up there. I would say this first, staples second. red snappers third, pins like 50th.
Because I read some blogs that were saying that it didn't, that the backing sometimes slipped some with the magnets. You didn't find that?
I haven't found that, but I've not used like a minky yet. But even I've heard with minky, you still have good contact.
Okay.
And also I find like like I have a 12-foot frame, if my quilt is not as big as a 12-foot frame, then I'll like double up on my magnets just because I have extra, you know what I mean? So I've placed them so that they are, each 4-inch backing has an inch on either side, so 2 inches there. So I can butt my magnets right up against each other if I wanted to, because I very rarely do really huge quilts.
I read to put them at 5 inches. I think Janet George did hers that way.
I think she did 6 and then wished she had done 5. I'm not sure why she wished, but I'm
I
gonna
get-
try 6.
Yeah.
You got some, right? Have you put them in yet?
Yeah, I use 5 and I've used all kinds of material.
Oh,
You just
okay.
have to make sure you have at least a 1/2 inch underneath the magnet. You can't
Mhm.
put a 1/4 inch,
Yeah.
you know.
Couple of people said they're expensive, and Karen S., you said you bought magnets on Amazon. Did you buy the SewTites or did you just buy magnets? She just bought she says regular magnets.
Okay. And so I'm still paying attention to where the center of my backing is so I can connect it to my leaders and start putting a magnet in the middle and then going out to either side.
How often do you replace your leaders?
Having just replaced them, so 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And I only replaced them because I wanted to have zippers. So, but I had the original, what is it, Star Right leaders, and they had kind of gotten a little stretched out of shape. So I was sometimes having to make up for my my fabric not getting wound evenly, you know what I mean? So sometimes I put a little bit of batting in there to kind of tuck it so that it's tight again.
Yes.
A little
yes.
nip tuck.
So where's the best place to get new leaders? And do they come in different sizes? Other than, I mean, depth, not length. I know they come in different lengths, but depth.
So I just used painter's drop cloth canvas, which
Oh.
worked really well. And I've heard people that have used duck cloth, you know,
Okay.
so. Chris hasn't replaced hers yet at all, and she runs way more quilts than I do.
Okay.
Karen said she made her own with ticking material.
Okay.
Couple people asking about where they can get those magnets, Marie.
Well, I have a coupon, 15% off, and then you just go to SewTites website and then put in the coupon code. You at least get 15% off.
But what do they cost?
You know what? I'm ashamed to say I don't know. They sent them to me and didn't charge me.
Cost about $200 for 20. No.
For 20?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Sheila
I'll
said
have
she
to-
had her leaders for 10 years before replacing them.
Okay.
I don't know. I think those SewTites depend on how many you get.
Right. And I put mine 5 inches rather than 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I only put them on 2 liters. I put them on the where the backing goes and then I float. So depends, I usually wrap it around the batting bar. And isn't that what that second bar is? In the front?
No. So on the Qnique, there is the belly bar, the front bar, and then I have a
Then
back
the front,
bar.
I do the front bar because it doesn't build up so
Oh,
much on the belly bar.
okay. I actually on the Qnique tend to float because I don't like the way the rails are situated. So you have your belly bar and then your bar, if you're gonna put your quilt top on it, is way back, which I don't like. But on the Juki, because they're right above each other, I really like that for putting my quilt top on. So I tend to float on the Qnique, but not on the Juki.
How well, if you're floating your quilt, how well does the clip hold? Do the magnets take up a lot of space? Because with the red snappers, that would be an issue. with
Way
being
less.
able-
They're pretty
Less.
flat. Red snappers take up much more space. Here, let me grab one.
Karen S., can you provide a link to the magnets that you bought on Amazon? Inquiring minds would like to know.
Harbor Freight has some too.
What do you call them and how big are they?
They're just magnets. You just go in and ask for magnets. Some of them though, make sure you can get them apart because the longer they are, I've had a friend tell me she can't hardly get it apart to use it. So, these are easy to manage, a lot easier to manage.
Yeah, and you can't pull them apart. You have to slide them apart.
I have arthritis and these are much easier to use than the red snappers or the other ones, the clear ones. Leader
Leader
whatever.
grips, yeah.
Leader grips, yeah. I do use leader grips on the
Sides.
sides, but I didn't, you did. I sewed a piece of leader cloth, put the leader grip permanently there, and then I use a bungee cord to move them back and forth. And I have 3 magnets that they clip to the side of your quilt.
Could you show a picture of those sometime?
Yeah, that would be really nice because I got those, but it's so hard to get it to get them on and off.
Yes, I agree.
The magnets,
No,
I
Leader
will.
grips.
Yeah, I will.
Your
I'll
side
send 'em.
clips. Yeah,
the
your
side
I-
clips. I
think
stopped using them because it was so hard to get them on and off.
Well, that's what I was finding. So I took the leader clamp, put it on a piece of old leader strip, and made it the 18 inches if you have a 21 or whatever. And then I sewed 3 of those SewTites on that. And that's what I clipped to the side of the quilt. And then I have a bungee cord that pulls that leader grip back to where I want it.
Okay.
I think Marie's done it too on
Yeah.
hers. But I'll
Have
send
you
Marie a
shown that,
picture.
Marie?
I don't know.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
I'll
so-
send you a picture of mine.
That'd
Okay.
be great.
So there's the website, and if you use the code, you can use Quilted Poodle 15. If you scan the QR code, it will take you to the website. But yeah, they are a little less than 1/4 of an inch with both the magnet and the backing. So, and they don't seem to come off with rolling back and forth because I always, roll my backing back and forth to make sure it's straight and flat and tight. So they seem to hold pretty well. So I kind of like them.
they're easier to measure how much material. The red snapper, to me, I never knew if I had too much material in it or not. With the magnet, you can see where the top of your material is.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm real that job.